Hello, Gyal. Welcome to your reading. So this is an Operation Gyal reading. Let me turn this down. Yeah. So in these readings, this is where we deal with whatever issue God wants to talk to you about. But it's mostly about feminine things. So let's see. First thing is what is the issue? Yeah, the issue to be discussed, and then we're gonna get what God wants you to know about the issue after that. Okay. So what would you like to? Oh, hold on. I'm sweating, and my butt is sticking to the chair. I don't like that. Oh, ooh, that's better. Okay. So what is it that God want to talk to the ladies about today? Y'all them. One. Long time in it. Yeah, I know. Everything in divine timing, okay? No news is good news. But now God got something that God want to talk about. So, without further delay, let me concentrate. Where do we find this message? What would you like to talk to the ladies about today, please? All right. So God has led me to the freaking what do you call this? Alphabet deck. God is about to get clever, okay? Let's allow God to show off, everybody. Oh, come on. All right, do your thing, boo boo. Do your thing. Who knew that our God was a show off? I did. It's quite cool, actually. So let's see what God is up to today. So the issue to be discussed today for the ladies, most high. Let's see. It's good to big up yourself sometimes, Ain't nothing wrong with showing off sometimes. Because I mean, if you're incredible, you're just incredible, and that's that. You know. Sometimes you have to show up and show out. And then just crawl back into the shadows like I ain't do nothing. Alright, let's see. What would you like to say to the ladies today? What do you want to talk to them about, please? 'But I need you now. Time is of the essence. I swear Whiskey is trying to work some psychology on the ladies in this song. But that's a discussion for another time. 3 more times, ladies. continue, I'd just like to say, for those of you who are offended by the title Gyal them, what I would like to say to that is sometimes you have to connect with that childlike energy in you. You know what I'm saying? Because adulthood is already so heavy and so serious and whatnot. Sometimes just let the shit go. Like, wind up your booty 2 times and dress up sexy and don't care what nobody think about you. They tell you act your age, say, fuck you, like, just do you. There's a time to be an adult and a time to be you, who you want to be, not who society wants you or expect you to be. Okay? It'll keep you young, it'll keep you vibrant, it'll keep you fun, it'll keep you interesting, because we are. Woo! Look at all them birds. Shit. Okay. Alright. So let's see. What does our great God want to tell us now? Let's see. Mr. Mrs. Fantastic Most High God. What do you want to talk to the ladies about today? What do you want to talk to the ladies about today? Okay, so we got H. But I felt like I, but it's a H. I. Hi. I don't know. And at the bottom we got T. Okay, so now we have to clarify this. Like, what's a genius saying? Let's see. What are you really saying to us, genius? Clarify this for us, please. And thank you. Let's see. Rubbing your body, baby. Alright, let's see. You remain light on the dark side of me. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, well, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your a light hits the gloom on the grave. So much he could say. My power, my pain. To me, you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me, is that healthy, babe? Big truth. Light that you shine can be seen. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the yeah. Now that your a light hits the gloom on the grave. You know, patience is necessary in this, okay? We have to align the cards to the right story, or else we're just gonna talk gibberish to ourselves. And you're gonna say, her singing was alright, but I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. On the grave. My power, my pleasure, my pain. To me, I like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me is that healthy, baby? My eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I feel of you, the stranger it feels in the air. Now that you're rosy, a light hits the gloom of the grave. The more I get of you, the stranger it feels in the air. A light hits the gloom of the grave. Patience is a virtue, you know. A light hits the gloom on the grave. Masterpieces take time. Two more times. You have to imagine, I don't know how many cards I got in this deck, but it's a lot. It's a lot of cards, okay? It's a lot of cards. So in order for me to align the cards so that when I start reading them, the story is making sense to you, it's actually telling the story of your life that God wants you to know right now, it takes some time to actually put this one next to this one, and then this one next to this one, and so on and so on, okay? So, okay. Ooh. At the bottom of the deck, we have attention seeker. So, okay. Let's get the, I know a lot of ladies got that problem. Especially with these filters and the social media age, and that's just made people and their addiction to beauty and their addiction to compliments and shit like that worse. The thing is, you could look fantastic and somebody could tell you you need to change this and you need to change that, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So it's like, so what do you do when this person say you look like shit, but this person say you look fantastic? Who do you believe? Check yourself. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to start with yourself in the first place. You shouldn't really care about what people think about you. Know what you're putting out into the world, and make sure you love what you're putting out into the world, so that the people who gravitate towards you are people who like it too. Not people who want to change you, you know, into who they want you to be. It's hard work being who people want you to be. It's very easy to be who you want to be. Alright, so clarifying. Yeah. HT. So we got attention seek at the bottom of the deck again after all that. So we got ass kisser and we got smelly to come out together. But they were in the reverse. So let's just check. Let's see the right energy. Are they meant to be upright? Meant to be this way. Okay, so they're meant to be upright. Okay, so that is like being an ass kisser is not a good thing. God says this isn't sexy. Turn up your nose at that, like turn up your nose at being an ass kisser. Not turn up your nose at someone that you feel is less than you. Yeah. People who want to fit in with people, it's like you never know who they are. Like, who are you really? Because when you're with this person, you're that type of person. When you're with this person, you're that type of person. When you're with that, and it's not like, you know, naturally we do have to change up our persona in society, because who you are at home is not who you are at work. And when you get around certain friends, you know what they like and such. So there's a certain level of personality shifting that we need to do, but some people actually switch that shit all the way up until they don't even know who the fuck they are. You know, so that's what God want to talk about today. Attention seeking, it's a problem. And that's what's exalted right now. People want to be accepted, so we got killer. Boring. God is like, dead that shit. God is like, you need to dead that shit. God is like, yawn. What is actually fantastical is fucking originality. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, what makes Beyonce and Rihanna so freaking fantastic is that they're both their own person, their own personality, their own vibe. Now suppose if Beyonce sounded like Rihanna and Rihanna sounded like Beyonce, it wouldn't be a pleasure to listen to their music, because it's like it's the same damn thing. Like, what's the difference? But when you have that variety, which is what everybody is a variation of God's greatness in earth, and that's the reality of the situation. But if you never take the time to get to know yourself and also get to put yourself out there, then you never experience that greatness. Okay? It's like we're given a certain everything, and we want to change every damn thing. Like God made a mistake when God was making us. So this is about hate. So that's the show offness that God wanted to do. So H and T, hate. So God is talking about self-hatred. Look at the S coming next. So God is talking about hatred. Hatred for others and hatred for self. Alright, so let's find out. I dropped the card. So God wanna talk about our obsession, our exaltation of attention seeking. So let me put those two cards back together. God said we're putting too much energy and too much importance on getting attention from people. Okay? So we're gonna clarify attention seeking and the fact that we've exalted that. What does God want us to know about us hating ourselves, okay, and hating others? Excuse me. Okay. So let's see. So what do you want to say to your daughters most high about this attention seeking and them hating themselves and taking themselves so far off their actual path that they're trying to walk on other people's path? It's like we already have one of those in the world. Like, what beauty is within you? Who are you? A lot of you guys, you wear so much makeup that we don't even know what the hell you look like. And when you put the makeup with the hair, you know, sometimes I'm watching the Nollywood movies, right? Because I love to watch African movies. And it's like the same character, right? They'll in one scene they'll have on this wig, and then in the next scene they'll change their wig, and then in the next scene when they have on a different wig, I'm like, who the hell are you and where did you come from? Like, how the storyline just, well, it's actually the same person. It's fun, it's beautiful, but I think that it's overdone, okay? And that's where it becomes a problem, because there's nothing wrong with changing up your look. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look beautiful. There's nothing wrong with wanting people to think you look beautiful as well. But I feel that what God is saying is there's too much importance being put on how other people see you, and it's altering how you see yourself as well, and that is the problem. Mm? It's taking you too far away from your own reality. Okay? One of the best things to experience in this life is to love your own fucking face. Like, you could do this and there's nothing coming off. You wake up, you look just like this. When you look in the mirror when you wake up, it's like you love what you see. Okay? And I'm not gonna talk bad about makeup and stuff like that, but can your skin breathe under makeup? What is the long-term effects of wearing makeup? Okay, these are things that you need to look into, because imagine you're doing these things to look better, but they actually have underlying issues that's going to make you even worse off than if you had spent more time being your natural self. You understand what I'm saying? And that is counterproductive. I am dead sure that that's not what you are after. So it's like this is like a wake-up call kind of energy for us to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Because I like makeup too. Only one person ever did my makeup in this whole life that I felt like, wow, it actually enhanced my beauty, you know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh, I kept it on all day because it was a college thingy. I went as a model for her, and she did it at college, and I actually kept it on all day, and I felt feminine, and I felt cuter, and it's just like, I like this. I even tried the eyelashes. That was a disaster, but I'm gonna try it again, okay? Because I like those. But yeah, it's the overconsumption that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling y'all. Everybody want to be beautiful. You think I like these missing teeth? Look, I have to live with that. I have to live with all that. Nobody likes that shit. But at the end of the day, it's unique about me. It's me. Let's say something happened to me. People identify me by that. You see what I'm saying? Like, is that tooth missing? Is that tooth missing? Yep, it's her. All your spots and your blemishes and all these things, beauty marks and stuff like that, some of it is not healthy, obviously, but there's some parts of it that's just you. Be proud. If you have a little crooked tooth, or you know, you got certain things, because to me, some people and their real smile, you know, with all their teeth, you know, some people teeth go one in here and then one out there, and then they go and they change that shit and they put them damn veneers on there, and the veneers are so thick, it just look unnatural, and it takes away the originality to me. Because I was in the dentist office and I saw somebody who had their natural teeth, and obviously natural teeth has they have unique traits about them. Okay, with the damn veneers and dentures and shit like that, you can make that shit perfect. It's getting kind of weary seeing all that damn perfection. The shit just don't sit well with me, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it just lacks character. It lacks character. It lacks uniqueness. It lacks authenticity. It discourages it discourages one's self-acceptance. It discourages self-acceptance. Like, what was wrong with your real teeth? So what? So what? One of them in and one of them out a little bit further than the other one. So what? So what? One of them twist just a little bit. What the fuck is the issue? Is it really that serious? Who love you is gonna love that about you too. They're gonna love that about you too. And sometimes we go and we do these changes, we make these changes to ourselves, and they actually make us end up worse off than when we started, and that's another big issue. So, let's see what God wants to tell you guys, other than what I've already been blabbering on about. So what do you want to say to your ladies, your daughters, your female representatives of yourself, your many variations of yourself? Because each one of us is a representation of God, you know. When people look at you, they see God. When you look at me, you see God. You know that? Everything that we look at is God. God is this creative that it can multiply itself this many times. That's why when you break down anything under the microscope, what you end up with is one basic, what they call it? They call it an atom, but I call it the God particle. That's what starts everything. So imagine that one particle is able to change itself into as many things as we see, as many people as we see. It's the one. So you are a version of God. When God created you as an image of itself. It's many images. God is infinite. You know? I'm not saying that you shouldn't have qualms about different things about yourself. Everybody does. You know? I don't want my teeth to be like this. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's smarter to be accepting. Why? Because it's who I actually am now. I used to have perfect teeth. See, when I smile like this, they all look healthy and white and whatnot. It used to be that way all around. But that's not who I am anymore. This is who I am now. And why I like that is because, let's say I was to get a man now and I put dentures in there, fill out the gap and make my mouth look all perfect. The one time that dude see that I have all these teeth missing, right away he gonna start thinking all kind of madness about me. Okay? And if he doesn't want to be with me anymore, then he's right to do that because it was false advertisement. And there's the problem, false advertisement. Okay, because what I've seen some people do with makeup on these social media sites and who they actually are, I think that if you're looking for a man, it's better for you to make him know who you are, so he can love you for who you are first, and then turn up. You check it. Then you turn up. Turn it all the way up. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna look at you like, damn, you clean up well, yeah. But the good thing is after you do that, you already established who you actually are. So you already know that he loves you for who you actually are, you know? It's just like doing all them push-up bras and put all that push-up booty pants on and all them things that snatch in your waist, and that's false advertisement. And if a man take you home and you're liking what you see, and he take you home and you look like he take you home and he get to see what you really look like, and then he decide, I don't really want nothing to be with you. You can't blame him, because what he's seeing now is not what he thought he was getting in the first place. I would agree with a man who have a problem with that. It is a problem. Okay? It is a problem. Up to a certain point, it becomes a problem. Because it's packaging. How you package yourself. It's like you go to the shop to buy... Give me an example, please, Most High. A good example. Okay, you go to the shop to buy a table. You see a table in a magazine that you really like, and you go to the shop to buy the table, and you bring home the box, and you're putting it together, and when you look at it, it's like it's not the fucking color that you wanted. It's not even the style that you wanted. You're gonna be vexed and want to take that shit back to the shop. Like, what the hell did you sell me, blood? I did not come here for this. You see? And you have a right to be upset. That's the same way that the men feel, because the fakeness is going too far. It's too far. And that's what God wants to talk about today. It's best to let them know who you are at first, so they can decide whether or not they want to deal with you like that or not, and then you could turn up. Because anyway, once they've seen you in your natural state, the only way to go from there, well, mostly it's up. Because you know, shit could happen and something could happen, but we're gonna think positive, you know. We're gonna keep it positive. Because life is unpredictable. Because even if you're naturally beautiful today, you could get into an accident and it changes your beauty. That's why I say, like, there's only one way, which is up, but that's not really true. Things happen. But think positive and let the man get to see who you are in your realness first. So you can decide if he loves your roles, you know. If he can, so you can decide if he loves your natural hair. He can decide if he loves your one gap between your tooth on the left side, or you know what I'm saying. It's you. You're an expression of God. So that makes you a goddess, no matter what you look like. Everybody don't have to like you. The only person that need to like you is you. And whoever else you choose to bring into your life. All these Facebook friends and Instagram followers and all them other websites, their opinion don't fucking matter. It's too much work. And it's throwing your whole life off balance because you're going off course from who you actually are. And that's why God wants to talk about it. Four more times. Alright, let's see. God said it's okay. Forgive yourself and forget about it. Today's the first day of the rest of your beauty life, or your relationship between you and your beauty, your natural beauty. Okay? Let your lover see your natural self first. Let's not scare them in anymore or disappoint them anymore, because when they run away, then that shit hurt our feelings, and it's like we caused it in the first place, you know. The best way to meet him is when you have on your sweats and you're just like coming from the gym and shit like that, just natural like that. And then when he invites you out on a date, then you turn the fuck up. You get all done up like, damn, that's what you look like? No, this is my other face. This is my I'm going out and I need to look cute face. So you know he'll be proud to be seen with you when you don't have no makeup on, and he's proud to be seen with you when you're all done up, you know? Alright. Forgive and forget at the bottom of the deck again. God want you to reflect on your truth. And I'm getting looking in the mirror. That's what I'm getting. Looking in the mirror. Because the mirror is your reflection in it. Reflect on your truth. Like, let's take a minute to look at who you really are. Okay? Study your face. Get to know your own face without judging yourself. Okay, don't judge yourself. Just see what God created you to be. Just take a look at yourself. see what God created you to be, and lifestyle choices and all these things. Because if you're just out partying and drinking and smoking, those are terrible lifestyle choices to overdo with. So them things are gonna make you look old fast. Okay, so bear in mind how you've been living your life. But just take a look at yourself and get to know your own face. And when it comes to our hairstyles and our hairline and things like that, when you go to the hairdresser, just you need to protect your hairline. You need to protect your scalp. If it's too tight, let the hairdresser know that it's too tight, because she's gonna give you bald spots and shit, and that's not gonna look good. That's not gonna make you happy with your own natural self. Okay, a lot of these people, they have money to open salons, they look the part, but when it comes to actually performing the work, they don't think about tension, and tension is a big problem. Okay, they could cause you to rip your hairline out by putting too much hair on these tiny bits of hair. So it's like they'll give you twice as much braids in your hair as the partings that they're letting the braids sit on. So then that's too heavy. And imagine you're keeping it in for like a month or a month and a half. That's gonna be pulling on your hair for a long time. And all these long braids, it's very heavy. And if you're not careful about it, you are going to fuck up your hairline. And nobody likes to have a fucked up hairline. Men don't like to have fucked up hairline, and women don't like it either. Okay? So we have to take care of ourselves better. We can't put beauty first. You know what I'm saying? Put self-preservation first. Okay? And make sure people are dealing with us properly. Don't just sit in the chair and let your hair just apply your hair all tight and shit, and then you go out and you can't blink your eye like this. Every time you blink, you're hearing strands of your hair popping out and shit like that. That's not okay. Because that's what causes that traction alopecia, and that's why so many women are losing their hairline right around here. It's because once your hair is done, it looks nice, but then when you smile, when you squint your eyes, when you lay down on your pillow, all that friction, it pops the hair one by one by one by one by one. And then when you look, you see those little white hair follicles. That's because it's pulling your hair right out of your scalp. You see the tiny little white things at the end of the hair. That's not a good sign. Okay, when you see that happening, it's either you have to cut the length of the hair to make the hair less heavy, or you just have to take that shit out altogether to preserve your natural beauty. Okay, it's not good enough for you to be having to hide under wigs and all these things. You have to love the skin that you're in. Okay, treat yourself in a way that when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror just naturally without doing anything, you like what you see. Try and get to that place in your life when it comes to your beauty journey. Okay, so anything to work on right now is getting back to that point of being. Okay, there are things that you need to do to preserve your natural beauty, and then you can put the other excess on. But at the very least, be happy with what you see when you reflect on yourself in the mirror. That's where we need to start. Okay, stop trying to do things to cover up this and cover up that, and let's try some preventative medicine. All right, so that's what God want to tell you, ladies. Gyal. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, ladies.